Hello, welcome to Hijausport. Thank you for always keeping yourself on my YouTube channel because I always bring in everything that you people need to know on German or any different countries. So today I'm going to talk about employment visa. There are so many visas that someone can get to get into Germany. There are visitation visas, conference visas, au pair visas and employment visas. Mostly in my country, Uganda, where I come from, people always use agents to get visas, and it is costly. It's a lot of money. It's expensive. But with this employment visa, anyone who has the qualifications can really get it. So before filling out forms and booking applications, please prepare the following for the employment visa. Valid passport. One needs a valid passport that has at least 1 year. Most of the times, embassies say they need passports at least with 6 months, but with this employment visa, they need it when it's at least 1 year because of the employment visa you're going to get. It depends what they're going to give you, whether 2 years, whether 1 year employment contract. So it has to have at least 1 year of validation. And secondly, if your passport has issues, maybe you pulled out one page or someone wrote in something with a pen or a drawing, it will not be accepted. So you really need to get a new passport. Secondly, one needs a photocopy of your biodata. Why do they need this? Because it has the information of your identification, and they need it in a size of A4. We have this and we have this. So they need that passport copy like this, A4 size. That's what they need. They need the they need a cover letter. This cover letter, you have to talk about yourself and the reasons as to why you want to, as the reason as to why you are applying, and to know the duration of stay in Germany. They will need deputation letter. What do they mean with this? In case you are working for a company, the company needs to write a letter to the embassy that they are going to post you to a different department, and that department maybe is outside your country. So they will need this letter from your employer who is giving you the opportunity to go overseas to work. So you have to be careful with that. So there is also the Annex of employment. This is the declaration regarding visas or regarding your job from Germany. You have to get it from Germany and it has to be duly signed. The German employer or your boss from Germany has to give you this annex order. That's a letter of declaration that you have to show there. And secondly, you will need, of course, an employment contract. So before you think of getting a valid passport, getting a cover letter, you have to have secured yourself a contract from the German country or from the German companies. You have to secure yourself a visa. You have to secure yourself a contract. So this contract, it will have all the benefits that the work will be giving you. So the moment you have your contract, you have to put it on one of the documents that they need. You have to do a CV. This is the curriculum vitae. You have to talk about yourself. When did you go to school? Which year? What have you been doing? It all has to be included in your CV. Which year, from which year to what year? So you have to have a CV in case you are going to apply for an employment visa. They will need 3 passport copy pictures. That's what they will need, 3 of them. And every country has different biometrics. So when you go to the photocopy shop, excuse me, when you go to the photography shop, you tell them you're going in for a German visa, so they know the biometrics that they have to do, and it has to have a white background. You have to be careful with that. And if applicable, they really need a letter from the Federal Employment Agency from your country that they are allowing you. Sometimes people will also ask for the Interpol letter. This is coming from the police that you don't have any crime in your country. So some embassies will ask for the Interpol letter to show that you don't have any crime in your country. They will demand you to show the demand draft. What do I mean with the demand draft? This is the prepaid instrument used to transfer money from one bank to another. And this is a financial instrument issued by a bank on behalf of a customer. This is when you have money and you give it to a bank, and the bank has to put it on your account, and this money is not going to be removed from your bank, but it's kept by the bank. So in case you are traveling, or in case you are in Germany, that's when you can use it. So the embassy will need that drafted demand. So definitely they will need a compulsory bank, they will need a certificate about compulsory health, and this is going to come from your employer, and this has to be valid and duly signed from Germany. So when you go to the embassy, you have to go with original copies. You don't have to go with duplicates. You have to have your original copies and duplicates. You have to be careful not to staple any document. For example, if you get your bank statements and they are for example, they are for 3 months, and then you need to staple them to show that these are all bank statements. No, you have to be careful with this. Don't staple anything. They need everything clean and smart. So, what else will you need before going in for your appointment? You will need visa fee automatically. You'll need visa fee. You'll need bank statements of less than 3 months. You'll have to have bank statements to show how your account is really moving. You have to also show your birth certificate if you have. You have to take your birth certificate if possible, and when you are married, you have to take your marriage certificate and that of your spouse, and it has to have a stamp from the marriage registry. So you have to be careful about that. Any duplicate will lead you into trouble. So you don't need to fake anything. The moment you are doing it alone, you don't need to fake anything. You will need of course, this is when your transcripts come in, because this employment visa is not for everyone. If I did not mention that, it's for people who went to the university, who have degrees, who have masters, who have PhDs. So, like lawyers, doctors, engineers, plumbers, any different kind of job. When you went to the university and you have your degrees, you have your bachelor, you have everything, that's when you have to apply this employment or skilled visa. Apply to those kinds of people. So if necessary, you also have to show your securities. You have to show securities like your land title, like your car, anything that shows that you've been that you are attached to that thing, maybe your kid's birth certificate. That's what you have to show. So when you have all this, there is no need for you to be scared. You only have to do what? To go to the embassy. When you reach to the embassy, what they will do first is they will take this deputation letter, and it will be forwarded to the immigration of Germany, and the process of this will take 6 to 8 weeks, because they need to verify if it's really original, if it's really okay. And also they will also cross-check with the Interpol letter that you have to provide. So you have to be careful about those two documents. I'll put all the requirements that they need at the end of this video, so you follow and you see all the requirements that you need. Maybe I've not talked about everything that you need, but I'm going to put a checklist of what you really need at the end of this video. So you don't need to be scared when you're doing this. You only need to have confidence and to prepare and to be smart. Everything will be fine when you're doing this. You don't need anything like an agent. Thank you for watching. Anything you want to know, always come in my comment section. Like, comment, share. Peace. I sign out.